Welcome. This is Zangler, the Tesla Semi Advocate, bringing you another installment of the Giga Semi Tesla High Volume Factory Construction video. It has been a minute since my last video. Three times I was unable to fly because of high winds, and then I was out of town. So in any event, I think it's been 15 days or more since my last, I think about 15 days since my last flight. So the title of today's video is Giga Semi Updates and Surprises. So let's take a look. We're going along the northern wall of the factory, getting a little lower look than normal. This is a Sunday video, and one of the interesting things is that there's no workers here today. In the past, while I've seen a smaller workforce, I don't know that I've ever seen absolutely nobody working. Maybe a couple people driving around. That might even just be security. But we do see changes. One of the interesting things about today's video, as we circumnavigate coming around the northwest corner, running down the western wall to where this cooling station is, and tanks and various equipment for evaporative coolers. The interesting thing is that the Manitowoc MLC 300 crane is gone. They brought it in, put it together, which is no small feat, and they lifted no more than, I would say, slightly less than half of the AC units that are eventually going to be placed. I have mentioned before that where they're putting these air conditioners in the first tranche of utilization of that crane and placing them may inform what the priorities are and what may help us speculate on what's going on inside. Another big thing you'll notice is that the roof insulation is in place and is about to be installed, and that second story northern wall is in place. And I probably should have mentioned it earlier, but you're looking at the back of it now. In addition, the railing around the west end, that little appendage that sticks out, that's in place too. Something else you may notice is the sky braces are gone. The sky braces are those long angled braces that support the building until such time as it's deemed to not need them anymore. But they're especially there during construction of the steel frame. Take a good look. In there is where we spent a lot of time since December looking at the stamping pits. There's a very large stamping pit, and then a medium stamping pit and a small one with underground space, and that subfloor concrete is almost completely poured. Now we're going to go along the southern end of the building. That's the main entrance on the left, and interesting little pattern going on in there. Not sure what that's all about, but that is going to be the main entryway. You tell me if that's a semi with trailer, stylized semi with trailer, or could it be a robo-van? And I refuse to pronounce it any other way because it just sounds silly. I mean, it's just some kind of silliness that someone is trying to see if they can get us to use different, it's just something to be different. Here's a beautiful look around at Legacy Giga Nevada, GF1, and the surrounding area. A lot of construction. Up that way, by the way, is Redwood Materials. Redwood Materials is an amazing company. and I am very interested in becoming more involved and seeing how I can't help spread the word on their important work. Here's a good look at the underneath the at the stamping pit. What was a stamping pit and now has been almost completely had the subfloor concrete poured. And not too long, that whole building will be covered with wall panels, with the insulated metal wall panels that are being used in this project. And as you can see, there's the parking lot. That's the parking lot for people, for construction workers that are working on the outside, and for technicians and construction workers that are working on the inside, getting it prepared for the semi-assembly line, which will, by the end of 2026, is expected to have a run rate of 50,000 per year. Doesn't mean that if on the last day of 2026, they can build like 125, then that is in fact meeting the target goal of having a run rate of 50,000 per year. More work is being done at the megacharger, at what we strongly believe is going to be the megacharger installation. Those walls, you can see forms being poured, and to me it looks like those pedestals really are for light poles, and that on the other side are that you can see the beginning, and you'll see a little better when I go 9x. You can see the what look to be the bases for the actual megachargers. This paving has all been done. They had just started this paving on my last video. You can see they've made a big parking lot, and interesting to me that they're kind of blocking the way. It must be that dirt path right there is where people are going to enter the factory, and then the guard gate will be just inside the Milan Avenue so that people can pull in and not block the road. And then they'll either go up to Giga, Nevada proper, or down and to the right to Giga Semi. You can see that those forms are in place, and on this side of the forms is what I believe could actually be light posts. And on the other side, you will see what I think are the bases for the megacharger coming into view now. Those conduits that are coming up, I believe those are for the actually for the megachargers right there in the center. Right, there's 3 of them in view, and those I think are light posts. Those have been light posts everywhere else, light post bases, I should say, and that's what they've been everywhere else on the factory. And those look to me like the black things on the other side of the wall of the form. It looked to me to be the conduit that will feed the megachargers. I'm kind of surprised these forms are there. You would think that they would want these to be pull through. But just maybe those don't extend above the ground level, or they won't eventually. But or these are just going to all be for bobtailed semis without trailers, in which case they won't need them. They'll be able to back into place, charge, and rock and roll. This is the or I should say the southeast corner, giving you a nice perspective with that completed wall on the stamping section. On the higher portion of the stamping section G. And things are getting tight. Things are being tidied up, and gravel is being laid down. On the left of those white light posts will be for factory work and supplier and raw material deliveries. And on the right of those light posts is the Tesla test track, I should say, where they're going to run them through their paces at the end of line. So if I were to say, I would say the BFD, the big freaking door on the far east, northeast corner will be the end of line where the semis will exit. There's another one of the BFDs right there. It's closed. You can see the doors are actually custom made out of wall panels. And this is about our full circle around the entire factory. A lot of air conditioning units have been placed, and sometime in the future, they'll bring the Manitowoc MLC 300 crane back, and it will install the AC units everywhere you see bases. Thank you Thank you for joining me, and I hope you still find these construction videos interesting. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing big red Tesla branded bridge cranes brought in. Tell me that's not a beautiful view, an early morning view in Nevada. Thanks.